Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh.
It's a Saturday.
It doesn't matter what day it is, Jane. It happens all the time. Oh, yes, go. Right, yes. Oh, brilliant. Morning. Diane's in the driving seat.
We're doing the training in the
I'll tell you what, it's.
That's better than what I had on the screen.
And it's not as bad as Stephanie the other night. It was typing comments but reading them out as she was typing them, and I was like, "Blah!" And then I had Katie going like this, and I'm like, what?
I would say this time yet.
So what a customer the morning after said, morning Mel, I hope you managed to find a dark room last night. Oh, if you don't know, Stephanie was producing on the 6 o'clock scan and cut the other night. Oh my word. And then Katie kept changing the code on the screen for her, and she didn't realise it was doing. She's like, I didn't press that. Welcome back to Live Shopping. I hope you enjoyed that last hour and you got all your baubles and your Quaky Bird stickers. This hour, silk painting. Now, I am so excited about this. I was even more excited yesterday afternoon because I came in really, really early. I'm a morning person, so I'm good in the morning. So I get up early, come in, and I sat there with my piece of silk with my freezer paper on, tracing with the gutter. And then I left it to dry. And then last night I came back and David's like, go on, show me how it works. And I went like that and it just moves. And he went, oh, that makes me want to sit down and do it. I thought, brilliant, brilliant, because it is absolutely fabulous. It's one of the most therapeutic crafts that I've ever done. And funnily enough, I have exactly that frame at home with a big Egyptian picture. There's a lot of sand in it. A lot of sand, but an Egyptian picture for Mick, and I've never quite finished it, and now I'm going to go home and finish it because I love it. It's superb, and you do not need to paint. Now, I don't paint. I don't do the painting perfection. I very rarely do watercolour, and if I do, I try and use like brush pens or pencils, so I don't paint. So if I can do it, you can absolutely do it, and there's no skill required, I have to say. If you can pick up a brush with some paint on it and do that on silk, you can silk paint. It's brilliant, and there are thousands of different techniques and so many videos out there that you can watch and learn the basics. So we're going to do this in this hour, which I'm very, very excited about. So let's get all the housekeeping out of the way first, and then we can get on with down the counter and some demonstrations. So first of all, we've got Jane on cameras this morning. There she is. We've got Diane in the driving seat as our producer this hour. She says hello. And you got me. 2 winners for tickets to Bath in this hour.
Oh, we've got 2 hours.
Oh, yes, we have.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
2 hours. 2 hours. We might go to the next show early though.
Oh,
we might do.
Get too excited about the resin
being back in stock.
Yeah. Might have some nice samples.
Might have some nice samples too, so stay tuned. Right, housekeeping. So you can find us on YouTube if you would like to put us on your big TV. You can also watch us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can watch us on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. Now, to shop with us on either of our social platforms, we're going to show you a product. That product will have a code, and all you need to do to purchase that is type the word shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video, and that will automatically put that product into a basket for you. It's super easy. You can literally shop while you watch, which is fantastic. Then you'll get a direct message. When you open that message, you'll see a link. Click the link. That will take you to our website where you need to log into your account before you check out. Please make sure you're logging in, because then you get all your club member benefits off that order. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. If you would prefer to shop with us directly on highlightcrafts.com, you can also do that. So pop on over there, press play, and as soon as that show goes live, all the products in that show will appear down the right hand side of your screen. You then just select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they will go into a little red shopping bag at the top of your screen. When you're ready to log in and check out, you're going to click on that bag, and that will take you through that process. Okay, so it's super, super easy. Now, if you haven't got an account with us and you're new to us here at Highlight Crafts, first of all, put a comment in the little comments underneath the video and say hello. We like to give you all a very nice, warm Highlight Crafts welcome. But please don't shop with us until you've got an account, because it's free to join, which is what you would expect. And you then get the benefits of being a Club Highlight member. There are no fees for the club, but you get extra discount on every single order. You're distracted. Stop. James went. I'm like, what? What have I done?
No, sorry.
What was I saying? Right, so you go in the club, you'll get extra discount on every single order. Now, I've bought stuff recently, and I've had a code, a discount code, a welcome code, and I've bought a deal, and when I've gone to type in the welcome code, it says this code is not eligible with this product.
Yes. I had that yesterday.
Drives me crazy, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It is.
I think it's annoying, Diane. It's so annoying because you're like, right, brilliant, it's £135, I'll get another £27 off. No, it doesn't happen.
No, you've got to buy something that's £537.
Doesn't work like that here.
No,
So even on our Black Friday deals, you would still get your discount. So yesterday, for example, and this deal will come back in Black Friday week. If you bought an STX 1200 yesterday, you got the machine with £150 knocked off it from Brothers Recommended Retail. You got your Tattered Lace subscription. You got the first 3 club lessons. You got £50 voucher to spend on downloads or SVG files. You still got your club discount, and you still got your loyalty points, and we pay your postage. Right? Not, oh, sorry, this code does not work with this product. Really annoys me, can you tell? So please join the club. If you get a basket spend to over £35 or more, we pay your postage as well. Now, if you would like to win tickets, 2 pairs of tickets in these 2 hours to go to the show at Shepton Mallet. I don't know how much these are worth, do you, Diane? It's not a price on. But it's worth a nice amount of money if you don't want to pay to get in, but you want to go to the show. Type the word on your goodies. Shop tickets.
It's for Bath and West, not Shepton Mallet.
Bath and West. Oh, is it? Oh, Stephanie said.
Isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I think so. But when I said Bath, a customer messaged and I went, oh no, it's not Bath, it's Shepton Mallet.
No, it's Bath on the 27th to 29th.
Bath and West Showground.
Yeah.
Well, wherever we're going there. So if you would like tickets, is it tickets or ticket? Tickets with an S on. Shout that into the comments.
Each.
Oh.
Well, actually, if you don't buy them before Tuesday, they're £11 each. Yeah. So they're worth £11 each.
Worth £11 each. That's not bad, is it? We're going to give 2 sets away. So type the word tickets into the comments underneath the video. If you would like to get a notification and join us on Thursday evening, 6 till 8, we're doing a special event with a brand new product to us here at Highlight Crafts. How fabulous is that? Look at that. And it works. How cool is that? Type the word event into the comments and we will send you a reminder about that event. That's only on Facebook. We're not only streaming on Facebook. That's where you can type that in. Right, now then, we've got quite a lot of you joined us now. Barbara's with us. We've got Maureen still with us. Sheila, Chris. We've got Faye with us. Lynn. Jack's here. Daphne's with us. Jacqueline's with us. Hi again, Mel, Diane, Jane, and all the highlighters, says Terry Kim. Hi. Alison's with us. Veronica. We've got Maureen C. Would absolutely love a 2-hour resin show with Jane and yourself, Mel. Just think how much Jane could teach us. I know, right?
That's why she pulled
That was my favourite. That was when I saw the message.
Oh.
I went, ooh,
She went, like that. Oh,
2 hours.
yeah, welcome to my world. Right, shall we talk about silk painting? Because this is a fabulous kit. Now, we've partnered up with a wonderful, wonderful brand with an incredible heritage called Pebeo. It's a French brand, and their products I have used for a long, long time. So when we used to do our fabric painting, we used to paint out of a bottle. It was a product called Jonestone's fabric paint. It was the best fabric paint on the market because you could literally put it on lycra and stretch it and it never cracked. It was a brilliant product, but we had to cut out all our appliques. So if we did like a top with like lilies on coming down, we used to use this product to dye the satin and then iron the heat and bond on the back, cut out the appliques, iron them onto the garment, and then paint round to seal that applique. And it was, the silk paint was the best thing to dye the satin with. We used to cook it in the microwave. It's brilliant. So I've used silk paint for a long, long time. I haven't done a lot of silk painting, so we're going on this journey together. But it's going to be very, very exciting, and I love it when we get to learn together. So I've done a bit of it, but I haven't done a lot of it, but it's super, super easy to do. So first product you're going to get as standard, you get the box that it all comes in, which I love. I love the fact that they're giving you the packaging. So if you are using it, having it as a gift, this is going to be superb. You're going to get your 10 paints, and you can make loads and loads of different colours from these. You've got different selections of blues in there as well, and greys with your yellow, so you can make all sorts of different greens in there. You also are going to get in your top drawer, you get your gold and your colourless gutter. Now gutter is a tracing medium that goes onto silk, and when it's completely dry, it stops the paint or the ink going any further. The paint, silk paint, stops it. It's a bit like embossing powder. It creates that barrier. So you get gold and the clear in there. You also get a little sponge if you put too much on. You also get your palette in there as well. And then, sorry Jen, I'm just going to flip this over. You also get a brush, nice quality brush as well, can I say? Look at that. Now this will have size on it, so just do this with it. Look how those bristles splay. Lovely brush. And then you're also going to get this booklet that tells you about your silk painting, but also tells you about different Pebeo products in there as well. So you've got all of that little lot. Now on top of that, because we wanted to bring you a kit where you could buy the kit and silk paint, okay? So you can absolutely do that. So on top of that, you're going to get your silver gutter, your black, and you're also going to get this bottle, which is a lightener. So if you want to make pastels, you can use this. You can also use it direct on the silk to lighten areas. So you get that. You then also get a silk scarf. How lovely is that? So you're going to get a silk scarf in there. And you're also going to get the frame, which is superb. That's right, isn't it, Diane? You get the frame. So you're also going to get this frame. Now, this is fabulous. So it comes like this, properly stored. You get the pins in it. So these pins that you can see here. So you put those in to stretch that silk. But the great thing about this frame is it's adjustable. So if you want to use it for a smaller piece, you can. You get the corners in here, you slide that up, slide the top one down, slide them in, and you can use a smaller silk if you want to. Now obviously yours is going to be ironed before you start, otherwise that'd be an interesting silk painting, wouldn't it? It would be a bit like, well, that's funny you say that, because I've tied a little piece in knots and I'm going to see if I drop paint on it, what it looks like, and then we'll put it on social on Monday, because I think that would be quite nice as well. Now, Shop Mega is going to get you all of that, so starting a brand new craft. If you need something new to learn, now the nights are getting darker. I mean, it's supposed to go to freezing next week. The temperatures are going to drop. I'm waiting for that day when I walk outside and it's frosty and I go, it's like my favourite day of the year. It hasn't arrived yet, but it's on its way. A cold snap is coming and you want to stay inside, learn something new. This is a great way of doing it. Also, it will be a fabulous Christmas gift for somebody who just needs to do something mindful. There's too much rubbish going on in the world, isn't there? We just need to go like that. You can spread your payments on PayPal, Pay in 3, Klarna or ClearPay, but you will get your club discount on top of that. Don't forget that, and you'll get your points back and you won't pay postage. So Shop Mega is going to get you your complete starter kit, everything you need to start silk painting, and I'll tell you now, you'll love it. It's a wonderful thing, Absolutely wonderful. Now then, we also have extra silk for you. So we've got another one like this. So the square to go into your frame. Now, Stephanie used to make wedding dresses. I know. And she got her little black book out and contacted her her old crew, I guess, and said, right, I need the best silk that you've got at the best price you can do it at, and then she bought it all. So if you want that one, shop scarf, $14.99 will get you that. It's 90 centimetres by 90, so it's 3 foot by 3 foot. Okay, so it's a nice size. Now, if you want to, we haven't got the freezer paper out here. Is the freezer paper on the show, Diane? But it's not on the counter. I'm hoping it is.
No, I can't see it. Let me message Katie.
Okay. You're also going to get this massive piece of silk. So this is superb. Now, this is doubled up, and I still can't get my arms wide enough to hold it up.
Hang on, don't my hand.
Yeah.
Oh, that's double. Yeah, wow, that's double.
That's better. Can't reach. Ready?
That's a lot of silk.
That's a lot of silk. Shop shawl. That's not right, is it? 40 by 150. No, that's not the right one, is it?
No.
I think shop shawl is the one that I've just shown you.
Yeah, I think that's the, is that the 90 by 90? No.
No, the
No.
90 by 90
That's
is
the
the
square
square
one.
Okay, there's another one on there.
I don't know if we've got. I don't know if we've got a full kit out here. I think you get a square. Let me go to mine. Bear with. Hold the line, caller. This is the one that you get with your kit. So that's the one that you get with your kit, which is 40 by 150. So you get one of the scarves with your kit. This is your third. This is your other scarf. So this is the one. That shop scarf, I believe. Then you've got a. You've got.
So shop scarf. It says it's 90 by 90, and it showed me a square in the picture. I think.
I'm not sure that that's right. Because I've got that one, which is like a. Well, let's open this one and see what this looks like. Because this is a scarf. Sorry, guys. What size is this one? Oh, yeah, see, that's a square. No, it's not. This is a scarf.
Yeah.
So this one that's long, 90 by or 40 by 150, that's your scarf, your shawl.
I think the codes are the wrong way around. I think
Oh.
the shawl should be the 90 by 90 and the scarf obviously on the scarf.
Right, we'll get that sorted. We'll come back to it when we're organised. Right, let's move on to this one next, shall we? So this is fabulous. Now then, if you're somebody that wants to have a go at watercolouring, but putting a brush in your hand scares the living daylights out of you, this is superb. And I just need to say this out loud. I got this for myself when we launched the silk painting, because this is amazing. This is your watercolour ink. When Diane comes back in, we'll get the details put on the screen for you.
No,
But you're going to get the what?
That is on the shop set.
No, that's that.
No, that's
Is
mega.
it?
That's mega. That's set.
Blinking heck. Right, you're going to get 12 inks, and then you get 12 of these little pipettes. And then you can also buy as an extra these markers, and these are empty. And these have a brush nib on them. So you fill your pipette out of your ink, you put the pipette in that hole in the bottom of the pen, you squeeze it and fill it. I'll show you when we get over to demo. And it fills that barrel. But the best thing is they're reusable. So you can refill them, which is superb, because then everything's not ending up in landfill. Love that. Really, really fabulous. So if you want to try a little bit of watercolouring, but you don't want to use a brush, you'd rather use a pen. In fact, let me get my demo set, and then I can show you what this looks like. So you've got your marker with your nib. Now, it's not a soft brush, it's a firm brush. But what I loved about this, when Stephanie showed us this, was that even if you put a line down, you can blend it out. it doesn't leave that line like a pencil does or like a brush marker would, even though it's got that nib. So you then pull up the ink in here, put this inside here, squeeze it, and then you can literally watch the colour go down that barrel, literally, because that's the fibre that's inside that you're going to colour. This is fabulous. You're going to love it. Like I said, I got mine when we launched this. This is what they look like when they've got the colour in them. And Stephanie actually put the silk paint in here and used that. Right, okay, so if you'd like these, all 12 of them, you've also got a white and a black in there, so you can make all your tints, tones and shades from those. It's shop set, it's $39.99, and that will get you all 12. Now, if you want the markers that go with it, we'll get Diane to put the details on the screen for your empty markers. I love this. I love the fact that you can refill them. It also means that you can mix your own colours and then put that in. Shop marker is going to get you 6 of those for $22.99. Okay, shop marker will get you those. Now then, let me introduce you to this. Stephanie, David and myself were oohing and cooing over this. Look at this for a set of brushes. These are fabulous. You've got all your different sizes, but you've got them in round, you've got them in chisel, you've got them as fan brushes, you've got them as your flat brushes, and you're going to get all of these 30 brushes plus, or 29 brushes plus your palette knife. This is tremendous. If you're looking for a gift for somebody for Christmas that likes painting, these, amazing, absolutely superb. Shop applicators gets you the brush set and your sponge applicators. So if you put too much paint down when you're silk painting, you can lift it with that. It's absolutely amazing. Shop applicators, $44.99 will get you that bundle. And if you would like some palettes, so your palettes for your paint so that you can mix all your different colours, you're going to get 6 of those. Shop paint, $8.99. It's good, isn't it? Right, come on, let's go and do some demonstrating. I don't think of anything else.
We're out with these.
Right, okay, let's go back and have a look.
So the 90 by 90 is shop scarf because that's what Pebeo call it.
Right.
And the long one is shop shawl because that's what Pebeo call it. The long one that we showed is... Right, so I'll put them on the screen. They are correct, basically, is what I'm saying.
Okay, fine. So
the square one.
Square one. This isn't, that's the square one. Yep.
Yep, that is shop scarf.
Shop scarf.
That is Pebeo's name for it.
$14.99.
Yes.
Right. Then the next one.
This one.
This one. Shop shawl.
Yep.
There you go. That one.
Yep.
And then the big piece.
Is the 2 metre
2 meters.
Habitai natural silk.
Habitai natural silk. 2 meters, $39.99. Right, come on, let's go and do some silk painting, shall we? So I'm going to just show you a few little bits and bobs first, and then I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Now, we had a product in, I'm sure we've still got it in because I got some yesterday, called freezer paper. Is she looking at it now? Perfect. Freezer paper. You can use freezer paper on the back of your fabrics if you don't want to put an iron-on stabilizer on the back on your scan and cut. Okay, so they recommend that you iron your fabric onto freezer paper and then put the freezer paper onto the mat with the fabric on top. But you can also use it on the back of silk. Now, there's different ways of silk painting. You can go wet on wet, you can go dry on wet. You can do all sorts of different techniques, but we're going to keep it really quite simple in this show because I want you to start right at the beginning. So yesterday, I ironed on, now I ironed it from the back on a hard surface. I didn't use an ironing board because freezer paper isn't like a glue that melts. It's got almost like this waxy layer and it just warms enough to hold that silk stable. If you're using the frame, you don't need to put freezer paper on the back, okay? You can just use it as it is on the frame and it will move more. Because if you imagine this, it's a bit like if you think about the Sospeso clear sheets, because you're stabilising it with the paper, a rice paper, when you come to curl it, it doesn't curl as fast as without it because the paper is stabilising it. So this is just for us to show you and get started with this, because it just gives you the confidence to be able to just go with it. So I ironed it on, used a dry iron, and just ironed it from the back, and then I turned it over and it was just on a silk setting, and then I ironed it. Then what we're going to do is show you that you can take something like this, so a traceable element like that. Now all I did was, so think about all those digistamps in Minecraft Studio, and I'll just show you how to trace that flower. So I'm just going to pop, oh, that's dangerous, Melanie, don't do that. I know what I'm like, that'll go everywhere. So I'm going to use the box. Jane, do you want a chair, darling, a stool? You sure? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use the silver gutter, doesn't matter which one, because you're going to get them all. And have we got any blue roll? Yeah, we have. Let me get some. Oh, brilliant, shop freezer, $6.99. So get your freezer paper. I'm just going to get a piece of this blue roll, and then I can wipe that. This does have, you know, if you've ever used Blistees coleslaw cream, you know when you pierce the top, it comes out like a worm, and it doesn't stop. This will come out like a worm, but it will stop. Now you do need to cut that when you get it, so just trim it exactly where it tells you to trim it. And then this is what they call the gutter. So what I'm going to do is start here, and I'm going to go around. So all you're going to do is, you don't need to press it hard, and all you're doing is very gently allowing that gutter to come out, and this is your outlining material. Okay, so you outline with your gutter. Now if you want it really free flowing, you can leave gaps in it, but the paint will go through those gaps and spread. If you want the gutter to stop it doing that, then you can use it, you need to complete the lines basically. Now you're not scratching it on, but you're not also working without the nib on there. It's kind of in between a little bit. You'll get used to it. Just have a practice on a bit of paper before you start, and all you do is go in like this and trace over those lines. Okay, so we just go in and we trace, and you can add your detail lines in with this as well. So I'm just going to bring this up here. You see there, I just need to go back in and fill that in. This is actually really therapeutic. David came in about 7:30 yesterday morning, and I was here early again because I love it, and I just sat in the quiet and did this. It was absolutely fabulous. And then you just continue round. So I'm going to bring that petal round here, and then I would recommend leaving this to dry thoroughly. So if you can, overnight, because you don't want that gutter to move. Okay, so we're just going to come in here, and then you can just complete those petals. And even if you've got a drawing like this, don't be scared of just making it up yourself. I kind of did that, did a whole hydrangea yesterday. And although I had the picture underneath so I could get the shape, I actually then just went in and went, you know what, I'm just going to do this freehand and do that, because a hydrangea is really easy to paint. And then in the middle, I'm just going to do a little bit of scratching like this. So now I'm using it to put the detail lines in. And you can do your painting first and then gutter over the top if you want a more abstract look. Or you can do it like this and go in and do your gutter first. And I'm almost scratching it on. I think when I did one yesterday, first time, I kind of used a little bit too much. So just do a practice test piece, which is why it's good to get that 2 meters of silk, because then you can practice. And all you're going to do is just add in these lines. Now I'm not even thinking about where the picture is underneath. I'm just going in and doing it. And then if you want to add your detail lines in, you can either add them before or after you've done the silk painting. And then you leave that to dry thoroughly. Okay, Jenna, I'm just going to ask you to take that and pop it behind you for me, please, because otherwise somebody's going to come in and clear up and end up with gutter all over the hands. Right, so let's just have a look at this now, this piece of silk here that Stephanie started to play around, because I want you to see the movement of the actual paint itself so you can understand how it works. Because if you've never done it before, you need to know that you're doing it right or wrong, don't you? That's what I thought anyway. So if I take this brush now and I just go in with it dry, and I pick up a little bit of the paint, so I've put a couple of drops of the pink in here with some of the lightning medium. If I go onto here now, look how it moves. Look at that. It just moves. It's so easy to silk paint, I can't tell you. You don't need any skill, and I don't mean that in any disrespectful way at all, but look how it just moves. This is with salt sprinkled on top of it. So you don't need to go in and properly paint that image, if you know what I mean. So we're going to focus, well, first of all, I'm going to show you on this because this is like my tester sheet. This is the one that I came in and did yesterday morning with the magnolia. And I want to show you a couple of little things on this first. So you can see here where it's bled out there, my gutter wasn't complete, and I've done different techniques on each of these petals. So I've started with a little bit of the yellow and dropped that in, then I've gone over and added more layers. So I thought we'd do a little bit of this first, just to get us used to what we're actually doing and how this works. So to do the very soft yellow, I put a couple of drops of the yellow into the bottom of the palette. These are going to last you a long time. Then I'm going to put some of the lightning medium in as well. So we're going to drop some of that in, so we take that colour down. And then I'm going to take the light grey and I'm going to drop a little bit of that on because it's quite a citrus yellow and I want to just knock that colour back a little bit. So a little bit of grey in there. Then I'm going to take one of my brushes and I'm just going to mix that in. So I've got that kind of colour, and then just test it, see if you're happy with it. I'm all right with that colour. Let's add a little bit more of the lightener in here as well. So we're going to snip on that, we're going to drop some lightener in there like that. We're going to mix that in. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. I'm going to bring in this brush and we'll just do this one here. So I'm going to want the creamy yellowy colour more at the top. So if I pick it up, and don't be scared of putting the paint on there, look how it moves. It's like the easiest thing in the world to do, but it's very satisfying. So I'll do that, then I'm going to go in with another brush and I'm going to pick up a little bit of this pink, and this brush is damp. So now when I do this, look how it just moves. I love this technique. Honestly, it's so easy to do. But therapeutic isn't quite the word. It's not enough. It's not a big enough word. It's absolutely fabulous. And when that dries, it looks a bit acidic at the moment. It won't be, because that yellow will dry much paler. You can add water in if you want to. And then you could go back to your pink brush and just pop a little bit more of that in there. Like that. So just bring in that pink again and then just start to go in and add that colour. Now of course after that, when it's dried, you can go in and add another layer and build up that colour. But you can see there how silk painted, you do not need to be able to paint. If you can pick up paint on a brush and press it on that silk, I'm just going to wet that brush a little bit more and pick up some of that. Watch it move. Look at that. And can you see how the gutter is acting as a resist, like it would with your embossing powder? Look at that. How phenomenal is that? Now, if I put a little bit of yellow in there, let's just go back in, and it looks quite a strange colour. It looks more like a green. But actually, look at that. Look how it just moves. And it's moved that pink underneath. That's really interesting. So if I just put that yellow in there, it hasn't mixed with that colour. It's almost moved it like an alcohol pen does, which I think is fabulous because you can then get that really light and shade. And then if I go in with a little bit of the lightning medium itself, and I go in here with a finer brush, you'll see that this acts, it it is white, but it's not an opaque white, it's translucent. So if I want a little bit of light in here, I can just add that in and allow your brush to pick up that fluid, and then you can move it to different areas. It's just, honestly, the easiest painting that you will ever do. It's superb. Imagine what that's going to look like and then framed. It's fantastic, isn't it? I love this. So I've got a big piece that I thought we could do. So I traced this. How lovely is this flower? Isn't this just gorgeous? And I want to show you how quick and simple it is to paint that whole flower head. So I'm just going to rinse my brushes out in here, and I'm just going to work with the pink and the red. Okay, so I'm just going to dry those off a little bit on my pinny. Starting to look like Stephanie, aren't I? Everything goes on the pinny. I have one of her pinnies at the house because I stay at Stephanie's when I'm here. And I have one of her aprons at the house, and I put it on one day. I thought I need a clean one. Put it on, went like that, and my hands went straight through the pockets. And then I remembered somebody had said to her on TV, can you use this paint on like material? And she hacked the pocket out of her apron and went, yeah. That is such a Stephanie thing to do. It's brilliant. Right, I'm going to add a little bit of a drop in here. Now, when you've finished your painting, I would leave it to go completely dry, and then you're going to iron it on a 40-degree iron for about 5 minutes, and that will seal completely that silk paint, and then it's washable. It's a brilliant, brilliant product. Right, so let's go in with a wet brush and add some of this pink. You ready for this? Watch this. This is what David went, I need to do that. Now watch this. If I just run right the way across there.
What? Whoa.
Ready? Look at it.
Oh, look.
Wow.
And David went, I want to do that now. I was like, yep, I bet you do. But you're not, because I'm doing it. And we're just going to drop a little bit more in there. Come along here. Look at that. So we're going to do the whole thing. First of all, we're going to pull this over here. So literally sweep it. Look at this, Katie. Isn't that clever? Look how it moves. Ready? Watch. Pick up a little bit more of that paint. Across here. Look at that. Told you it was easy, didn't I? I mean, seriously, guys, it doesn't get easier than that. Look at that. And don't worry, I'm doing it all the same colour. I'm going to come back and we're going to light and shade it. Now, this bit here, I'm going to go darker there because that's where the darkness would be. Sounds bad, doesn't it? The darkness. There's a band called that, isn't there? I believe.
Normal lights still on.
Oh, yeah.
I could see it flickering, and I was like, what's causing the flickering?
Oh.
I thought it was the computer doing a weird thing.
No.
No, it's not that one. That one, the lights were out. This one, we've got.
This computer
Oh.
was flickering.
Oh,
No,
was
it
it
was on
flickering?
here.
Oh.
It stopped. It seemed to stop after a while.
See what you mean. Yeah, that'll be why. Right, we're having a good morning this morning, aren't we? Flipping heck. I tell you what, of all the Saturdays. Right, now look at this. Look how it just travels. It's you don't need to add more water. Just add a little bit more paint and it will move itself, okay? So I'm going to do the whole flower so you can see what it looks like, and then we'll do one of the leaves, because I need you to get your head around the fact that you do not need to be artistic. I am absolutely creative. I can craft with the best of them, but I'm not an artist by any stretch. I don't need to be with this. I absolutely do not need to do this at all. Look at this. Look how I can just lay that paint down like that. Look at it. And it just travels. It's absolutely fabulous. Now, if you then dropped rock salt onto this, you would get that texture. Please, if you've never done this before, I don't plead with you to try stuff very often, but please try this because it's absolutely lovely. Imagine this on a Sunday afternoon when it's pouring down outside. You've got this on your frame and the frame comes with it, which is amazing because you get everything that you need. And you can literally do this. And by the end of the afternoon, you could have a wonderful silk scarf ready to wear. And you know what? every single one of them will be unique. I love that. I love that about crafts, where every single one that you do is different. Right, now I'm going in with red. And then I'm going to mix it with a little bit of that pink that's left over, but not a lot. And I'm going to come right down the bottom edge here. Look at this. Look how it just adds that depth of colour. Isn't that incredible? It's because it's wet. Now you don't need to wet the silk. Just use a damp brush, and look at that. Look how it just does that. And when it's on a frame, it moves even faster because it hasn't got the freezer paper to stabilise it. And then we can go in and we can add detail. Look at that. I mean, the depth on that is absolutely remarkable. Ready? You want to try this now, Diane, don't you?
I'm just I have no words. I don't understand. I know the gutter is...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get a little bit of red on there and then just go along that line there. It's like embossing powder.
But I know that the gutter is...
That's it. And then just do a line across there.
Just across there?
Yep, right against the green, right against the gold.
But how does it not...
Because the gutter it stops it. It resists it.
But does the gutter go into the fibre?
Yes.
It must do.
Yes, it does.
It's literally stopping it coming
Because you
out.
can buy pre-printed ones.
Okay.
That have already got the gutter on.
Yeah.
And then you just do the colouring bit. How fabulous is that?
That's amazing.
It is fiercely addictive once you start. Fiercely addictive.
Look at that.
I know, right? No painting skill required.
I definitely have no painting.
No, I don't either.
I assure you.
Isn't that just amazing?
You literally just touch it.
It does. Yeah, you do.
So you don't have to blend it yourself.
No.
Because it fades out. And
Oh,
Mel!
wow. Isn't it?
I'm going to do another bit.
Go on then, do a bit. Go and sit down.
I need to go and press buttons.
You do need to go and press buttons.
Wow. I'm having that.
I knew you would. David, yesterday when I did this, he was like, no, I want to sit down and do it. I'm like, yeah, you're not having it. It's mine. It's not mine. It's ours. Look at that. Look how you can just move. And don't be scared of putting that brush down and pressing that brush. And don't be scared of going over the gutter because it will act as a resist. And then you can go back in with a little bit more water if you want to and just make that move a little bit more. Look. You see how it's now moving? And you can get almost like a watercolour effect with it. But there is, seriously guys, you do not need to have any painting skill to be able to do this. It is just lovely.
So Jonathan is asking, do you need to heat set the ink?
Yes, so after you've finished it, leave it to completely dry, Jonathan, and then you iron it on a 40-degree heat for about 5 minutes. It actually shows you on here. So 5 minutes. If you're going to wash it at 40 degrees, thank you. Iron it for 5 minutes. All right, so just put it onto the silk setting on your iron and iron it on the back for 5 minutes, and then it's completely set. It's just glorious.
And then Daphne's asked,
Hi, Daphne.
what material is the greaseproof paper? Is that the freezer paper?
It's freezer paper.
Okay.
Yeah, so freezer paper just stabilises that silk while you paint it. If you're going to use the frame, you don't need the freezer paper. Okay, now look what happens when I go in and add more water. So if I want to make it look, can you see how that water's moving that paint? If I want to make it look a little bit more textured, look how you can go in and just do this. I think there's going to be a lot of people asking for this for Christmas. And actually, do you know what? I'm going to get this for Mick for Christmas because he rang me the other night. You'll never guess this, Diane.
Oh, go on.
He rang me the other night and he went, I'm looking at, he said, that Hobbycraft thing. I went, yeah. He said, is Hobbycraft the same as Hobbycraft TV? I'm like, no, it's two separate businesses, but it is, it's both Hobbycraft. It's a bit confusing.
Yeah.
And he said, right, so because I'm looking on their site now and they've got this creative brand.
Oh, okay.
I said, is it without an E? He went, yeah. I went, yeah, we stopped that. He went, I want the Kumahimo. I went, that's the one we don't do. But he's going to stock Kumahimo. because he
that
needs
the-
something to do. It's the one that you do with the chords, you know,
I
with the
think,
circle.
I think Silvar do that as well.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We might have some
Oh,
Silvar on the live shopping website.
we might.
Yeah. I'm
I'll
sure
tell
they've
him that
got
when I
some
go
of those,
home.
yeah.
But yeah, he's going to start doing that. And I was like, do you know what? I love that. No, it doesn't really do, well, I mean, he was a stonemason, so he's very creative. But yeah, he's actually going to start doing that. I think he'd love this.
It's very mindful, isn't
it? This is like when I use the foil pen and I sit and go, it's just like that. It's wonderful. So let's try and finish this off and then we'll do a leaf as well. So I can see that that petal there is behind the other one. So all I'm going to do is run that colour. Look at it.
Another question, Mel.
Yes?
Nikki's asking, do you take the freezer paper off before you iron? She says,
Yes.
apologise that it's a silly question. There
Right.
is no such thing.
Right, I'm going to put my brush down now. I'm going to have a word with a lot of you.
I knew this would come in.
We get this every day. Right, I'm going to make this really, really clear. You never, ever, ever need to apologise for asking a question. And you can ask that question as many times as you like. I have 2 rules in my classes when I teach. First of all, you don't say sorry unless you stand on my foot. Because they go, sorry, can I just ask that again? Sorry. And I'm like, stop saying sorry. I actually had a pound jar in one of my classes. We had £248.
After one class.
No, after a year. I was like, stop saying sorry. So please don't apologise. The other rule is don't look what your neighbour's doing because they might be doing it wrong.
That's very true.
Right. I know. I've taught a lot of classes. So please never, ever, ever apologise for asking a question. And you can ask it as many times as you like. Please, please don't, we're not having that. Right, so what was the question? Do you iron it with take the freezer paper off? Yes, absolutely, because you need to get to the back and you need to be in contact with that paint and that gutter. Yes, absolutely you do.
I have a question now.
Go on then.
Can you use the freezer paper?
You could try.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's a one use or not,
Okay.
because it's almost, it's not waxy, but it has a surface to it.
Okay.
So one side is just the paper and then the other side has a surface.
Okay,
Yes,
you've got a
Kate.
question now.
I know, because she's frowning.
So, because you have to get to the ink and the gutter to set it. So if you're doing something like this, did you have to set the gutter before you could
No.
do this section, or did
No,
you
the gutter you leave to dry. I did one, I'll be really honest with you, when I did this one yesterday and I started to paint it, the gutter moved, it almost peeled. And it was because first of all, I put it on a little bit too thick. You can see the difference between the lines here, especially here, and then the lines that I've done on this one. So I went thinner, and also it wasn't completely dry all the way through. So yes, once you've done it, take the freezer paper away, and then you're good to go. But seriously, if you want a real confidence boost, and you want to be able to do something that you might never have done before, but I mean, this is just lovely, isn't it? I'm just going to put a little bit more of that red down there. I'm going to put a little bit of the pink down there as well, just in that palette, like so. And then we're going to pick up, I'm just going to wet that brush a little bit more, pick up a little bit more of that red, get rid of any excess because you don't need a lot, and then just go in and do that line. Look at that. I mean, it's just phenomenal, isn't it? Absolutely. It's one of those that you kind of like, you're sitting at home and you're watching, you're going, yeah, it can't be that easy. It is. It absolutely, categorically, is this simple. And David's little face yesterday, when I did this flower, he was like, what? Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm so sorry. You need to keep an eye on David's socials today. So I don't know whether you know this, Diane. He's going to a Halloween party tonight. It's a bit late. No, he's going to Halloween. His friend, the weekend of Halloween, there weren't enough people available to go to the party, so they moved it to tonight. Guess what he's going as?
David. Dracula?
Nope.
Pumpkin?
No.
Casper?
Nope.
Frankenstein?
Nope.
Marilyn Monroe?
Nope. Not far off, but not Marilyn. It's going as Claudia Winkleman.
Oh, okay.
from Traitors.
Okay.
Right? So he's got this long black wig.
Okay.
And he showed me the photograph. He's got this long black wig that comes down here. So he said to Luke, I need to trim it. Luke went, I'm not cutting it. If I cut it, you'll have a right go at me if I get it wrong. So Luke put it on. David didn't think about tying it in a ponytail and cutting it so you'll get it all one length.
Right.
Luke is taller than David.
Oh. Right.
So as he's cutting it, he puts his head down like that. David cuts it, and then when he lifts it up, the hair goes like that. So he's cut it at the wrong length. Claudia Winkleman with a beard.
Well, I was literally trying to think. I was trying to.
Hilarious. Yeah, yes. Very, very funny. So keep an eye out on our socials tonight. He said, I'll send you a picture. I thought, yeah, you send me a picture. I love that. I love the idea that he's going as Claudia Winkleman. Of all the things. And he said to me, and this made Laura nearly fall off a chair. So we sat there yesterday. We come out with some really weird stuff in the office. And he said, well, I didn't want to go as bacon or a traffic cone again. Laura went, you didn't want to go as a rasher of bacon or a traffic cone? He's got a dress-up suit, as I call it, of a piece of bacon, a rasher of bacon, and
we were upstairs, we suddenly heard
all this laughing.
Raucous laughter from downstairs, and we all went, what was that? What was that?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of fun, not going to lie. But yes, that's what he's going as today. I mean, come on, that's going to be brilliant, isn't it? Right, now then, I've just mixed a green. I'm actually going to pick up some of that yellow. Can you see how I'm just picking it up and putting a little bit of green in there? Because I'm going to go in with the lighter one first. So I'm picking up some of that dark green there and just going in. And again, I'm just going to test it on the corner of a piece of silk and make sure I'm happy with the colour, which I am. So I'm going to go in with the lighter first, and we're going to do this leaf. And again, look at that. So run it right up the middle, right up the other side, like that, and then right out like that. So we're just going to fill that space with that light colour first of all. And you can go over the gutter. You don't need to avoid it, okay, because it just acts to resist. It's a bit like when you do watercolour on top of your embossing powder and it resists. And then we're going to just drop that dark colour in like that and let it move, okay? So just leave it and let it move, and it'll continue to just create that light and shade naturally. Look at that. Isn't that just fabulous? Right, while that just dries a little bit, I'm going to go back and do a recap on that main bundle, because I think if you're somebody that's been sitting there going, oh, I'm not sure I can do it, I think now I'm hoping that with that demonstration you can see that actually it's super easy. Now I'm just going to go in with a really fine dry brush with that red again on this flower, and I'm just going to go in and add, see if I can get, I need a bit more paint than that, and just go in and really add that depth. And then what I might do afterwards, can you see how I can just go in and add little bits of detail? What I'm going to do afterwards when this is dry is go in and just add a little bit of gutter into here with some detail lines. But I love this. Right, let's go and have a recap, because I think now you've seen how easy it is, you might all want to go and have a go. Terry Kim said, what kind of Halloween party has a bacon rasher and a street cone? Oh, I know. It's hilarious. David's. Seriously. Absolutely fabulous. Right, well, Nikki Mace. I got this the other week and told my husband he could give it to me for Christmas. Now regretting saying that, as I'm itching to get it back and try. Nikki. Oh, yeah, don't do that. Just go, you know that Christmas present that you bought me? That's brilliant. I love that. Could the outline be used on normal fabric painting, please? Gutter is made specifically for silk. You could try it, but I'm not sure how well it would work, because it is made for silk, and silk is a very open fabric, so it goes in and bonds to that. Try it, but I'm not 100% sure that it'll work. Right, let's talk about this starter kit because this is fabulous. If you are looking for a gift for Christmas or you want to just treat yourself to a new craft, we do have ways to split the payment on our website. So PayPal Pay in 3, ClearPay and Klarna. Now it comes in this box. It's lovely. I love the fact that you get the storage in it. You get all 10 of your silk paints. So you've got your yellows, your oranges, your red, your pink, your dark purple. You've got 2 different blues, so you can make lots of greens. You've also then got a turquoise in there, a light grey and a dark grey, so you can make all those colours vintage. And you need all those colours to be able to mix and play around with depth of field and texture, etc., etc. So that's what you get first of all. Then in the top row, you're going to get your little booklet with lots of hints and tips and ideas. You get your silver and your gold. Sorry, no, you don't. You get your clear and your gold gutter. So if you don't want to see an outline, you can use the clear one. If you want to see a metallic, you can use your gold. You then get a little sponge to pick up any excess moisture. You get a little palette to mix those paints in, and you get a brush. That's what comes as standard from Pebeo. On top of that, what we're doing is we're giving you the lightener, which is what I mixed to make a lighter shade. You're also going to get your silver and your black. You're then going to get this piece of silk. So one of the shawls, which is lovely, isn't it? Love that. And you don't have to put gutter on. You can just do it completely freehand if you want to. It's entirely up to you. So you get one of those, and then we also throw in all the other gutters and that lightener. On top of that, you're going to get these pins because you're also getting the frame itself. Now this frame is the one that I have at home. It comes like this. I'll tell you what, to get all this as a brand new craft after your discount for under £100 is brilliant. Whole new craft. I know, exactly. The frame is £40 by itself, and it's fantastic because it's adjustable. So if you want to work on smaller pieces, you get these corner pieces. They just move up and down. The top ones move in and out, and you can make it the size that you want it to be, which is fantastic. Please have a go with this. If you're sitting there and you're going, yeah, Mel, I can't paint. I can't do it. You can. You just pick up a colour and put it on the silk. It couldn't be easier. Now the other product that I want to talk to you about is this. This is superb. If you like doing watercolour, but if you use like a marker or a pencil and you get that line and you don't like that line, this is brilliant. So you get your watercolour inks in here. So again, you can use them directly with a brush if you want to onto your watercolour card. You also get your pipettes in here so you can decant it out. I love these. These are going to be great. Look at those. Look how tiny they are to get into all that little detail. But the other reason that you get the pipettes, or you can get these. Now this is a separate item, so all the inks is shop set. Again, you've got all the colours plus the black and the white. That's not the right details, is it? No. I think that's the set of paints by itself without the extras.
Is this the Colour X set?
Yes, it is. That's the one. Shop Essential, $24.99. Yeah. $24.99 is going to get you 12 bottles of ink plus the pipettes. Now, if you're going to get those, get these. Let me just grab mine. Well, ours. They're not mine. The Works. Not yet, no. Well, I bought them. Of course I did. These are fabulous. Now, these are from Pebeo. They have that fibre nib that goes through. You pull up the ink in the pipette. You put the pipette in the end of the pen, like that. You'll feel it stop. You squeeze it, and that ink goes right the way through that barrel. So if you're scared of a brush, you can do this. Now, Stephanie put the silk paint in here the other day, and it worked. So if you're in the market to try watercolour, I love these. I think these are absolutely brilliant. What a great idea. And they're reusable. which is even better because then all this lot isn't ending up in landfill, and you can mix all your colours as well. So shop marker will get you those for $22.99, refillable, mix your own colours. And this one is shop, I've already forgotten, Diane, the inks.
The Colour X.
Yes, please.
Shop Essential.
Shop Essential, $24.99. Fantastic. This is going, yeah, I love this. I think it's absolutely fabulous. Right, let's go and have another play with this, and then we're going to go and join Jane and do some resin, because the Cadence resin is back in stock.
Everybody's very excited.
And everybody, well, I'm beside myself because I've got one at home, but I need at least 2 more because I've got lots of plans. Now then, this has dried out a little bit, so I'm just going to drop this now, and I'm just going to move that. So we're just picking up some of that darker green, and we're going in, and we're just adding right against the veining where the dark would be, just in there, not avoiding that gutter at all, because it acts as a natural resist. So there you go. And I just want to show Becky this, because have you ever seen silk painting before,
No,
Becky?
this is the first time I've seen
Watch
it.
this. Look how it moves. Look at that. No, you know when we used to do no stamp required, Diane?
Yeah.
We need to do no skill required.
Yeah.
Because you really don't need it. Look at that. How amazing is that? And then go in with your darker colour, take a little bit off, and just move that paint. It's fabulous, isn't it? It's absolutely fabulous. I love it. I think it's one of the most, I'm going to say, mindful and calming painting that you'll ever do. Look at that. You just literally, it is. Look at it. It's just remarkable. And if you've never tried it before, please give it a go, because you will love it. It's one of those that you're like, yeah, I won't be able to do that. Yes, you will. I promise you, you will. Get it home and try it. It's just, and then I'm just going to drop this in here, like that. Look, just go right the way across the bottom, up the side, like that. This will be a great festival project,
It will, definitely.
wouldn't it? So if you come in on the festival, now can you see how it's bleeding out a little bit there? That's because I haven't got quite enough gutter round there, so just have a play around. But if you then take one of the brushes and just use it without any colour on, I'm going to use one of the fan brushes actually for this. I'm also having these brushes too, I tell you. Working here cost me a fortune, but I love it. We're just going to get this on here. You can then pull this out. So just keep going with that water and move that colour, and it starts to look like you've done a shadow around it. And silk painting isn't about a precise art. This is all about the natural flow of that paint on that silk, and I love it. And look how you can move and soften those lines, and don't be scared of just adding water. It won't damage the silk at all. And then when it's all finished, leave it to dry completely. Take the freezer paper off the back. I'm just going to grab a little bit of tissue there and just blot some of that colour out. Take the freezer paper off. Put your iron, and you need a dry iron for this, onto a silk setting and iron it on the back for about 5 minutes. Now look how, just using that brush and then picking up, I've moved and got rid of most of that excess that had come out of the side. Now what that does is it takes the fear away, because how many times were we told we were rubbish at school because we kept colouring outside the lines? This takes that fear away. What I would do after I'd done this whole thing is wet around the edges, get a really light blue, so a tiny, tiny amount of blue with the lightener, the lightening medium, and go around the edge, a bit like you do with your alcohol pens when you use a cool grey around the edge. But look how fabulous that is. And then you could go back in with your gutter. That's still a little bit wet, But actually, let's see if we can add a bit more red into that and get it even deeper, because that flower looks amazing. And you know what? Anybody can do this. Alice is going to love this as well. And I always let her, I met a lovely lady at the NEC, and she came over to me and she said, I love it when you talk about your granddaughter and crafting with her, because I do it with mine. She said, and I always let her use my products. I said, yeah, I do too, because it just gives them such a sense of achievement. Now look, now that that's dried a little bit, I can go back in and add in that detail. And if I want to just do some little very, very fine flicks like that, that paint then will continue to just work its way up. Look at that. How lovely is this? Oh, I'll tell you what. Can I just carry on? Just leave me here. I'll be all right. Jane will be all right on her own. Can you imagine her face if I went in? I went, right, Jane. Should be fine. Look at this. Well, I'm thinking about lunchtime. Because we have such a busy morning, don't we? Yeah. And then just at lunchtime, just having this set up in a frame and just do it. Anybody can come and just do a little bit, because it is incredibly mindful. Yeah, I could do this all day. This is super. I'm going to finish my frame off when I go home for Christmas, when I've got a bit more time. Look at that. I mean, this is just bonkers, guys. Look at it. You just literally put the colour down and it moves. And then where you've got that centre area there, and there's loads of different techniques that you can do, but as a beginner, I think this is where you get that real confidence boost to then go and carry on. And I think it's always good to start right at the beginning and work your way through like this. And then we'll do another leaf, we'll mix a different green and we'll go in. But even now, just this, and you can do a technique where you actually wet the silk and then drop the colours on it. And Stephanie has started to do something a little bit different as well in one of her practice sheets. I would recommend having a practice sheet. I think it's a really good idea to just get you started and take away that fear. Now we are going to go next door in a few minutes time, about 3 minutes, and we're going to do an extra time with Jane, because the Cadence resin art is back in stock. And I don't want anybody to miss out. And the most exciting thing is, since we sold it out last time, is that we've discovered that you can put your mirror spray on the back. So when I'm going to do those magnolias on my mirror at home, I can now mirror spray them so it looks like the detail is in the mirror, not like I've added something on. So we are going to go and join Jane in a few minutes time. I hope you've enjoyed that introduction. And make sure that if you've got it at home, get it out of the box. Nikki, try and persuade him not to get it for Christmas. Oh yes, let's draw the winners for the tickets, please. Look at that. I mean, how lovely is that? And we've done nothing. No skill required. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Faye Twiddle and Den Hughes. Well done. You will be getting two pair of tickets sent out to you. Just keep an eye out for a message from us, and we can get your details and sort that out. But how amazing is that? Isn't that lovely? And you can also use it for your card fronts. It doesn't have to be a piece that goes on the wall or a scarf. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Right, my lovelies. I hate doing this because I have to now go and just leave everybody else to tidy up. I don't like doing that. It doesn't sit very well with me, but it's what we've got to do. So we're going to go next door. We're going to find Jane. We're going to see what she's been up to. And we're going to have a play around with that Cadence resin art. And it's an interesting product, that, you know, because with the epoxy, it is an epoxy resin, but this, you get no bubbles. And if you warm it, it's flexible. It's a brilliant, brilliant product. I will see you through that wall in a few minutes' time, where we'll meet up with Jane and we'll have a lots to play with resin. Might even have a go. I'll see you in a few minutes.